Welcome back to Summer League 2025 Gold Bracket Top 16 Round 1 matches. I am one of your commentators, Crazy Comics, and I'm joined by...
And this is Dare.
Yeah, we've got L0rdRaiden versus Darknesm1st. Yeah, sure to be an excellent race. We've had quite a great day of matches today. The winner of this match is going to go on to face the winner of the first match between Dewey and, well, if what's her name?
It was an async between Double and D2, and D2 was able to pull that one out.
Gotcha.
All right, so we get a look at our objectives here. What do we got? So, gotta look at this. So
we got 1,000 Heartless. We got the fight with Axel in TT. We've got the Mountain Climb. We've got Darkthorn. We've got Urns. Hydra. We got the Windows. Barbosa. Presence 2. The Screens. And then we've got a few Datas and ASs. We've got Data Zigbar. Data L0rdRaiden. Data Syx. AS Larkseen, and Sephiroth. So, quite an interesting selection that we got today.
Yeah, we got some good synergy here. 1K and Sephi, very nice synergy, because if you're just doing 1K, you're pretty much just doing Sephi at that rate. Urns and Hydra, another good one there. Mm-hmm. After that, your synergy kind of goes out a little bit, but overall, not that bad of objectives, all things considered.
Yeah,
you will have to eventually pick out one of those datas, unless for some reason you just skip all 3 datas.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do a few of the super boss fights there a little bit, and we already have some interesting starts here from our runners. So we start with Halloween Town, Land of Dragons, Skill and Crossbones, and the Identity Disc. And from our opening shotguns in 100 Acre, we found Second Chance. In The World That Never Was, we found Valor Form. We have already forced Final over on Dark Side. We found Master Form and the other world unlock for Halloween Town in Halloween Town. And we found Limit Form on levels. So, by God.
So yeah, we have forms. We have a lot of forms.
Yeah. We have 4 already.
Yeah, finding a nominee sketch. Nothing going to be there in STT. Could have a world unlock, but as of now, there's no objective there, so we'll not be seeing that unless that is an absolutely required world to go to.
Right.
And I see another world unlock coming up on Dark Side, so we'll see what we get here.
Yeah.
Ice Cream on 7 and Sword of Ancestor. Okay, so we're getting a lot of stuff early.
Yeah. Yeah, this seed is opening up very quickly to our runners. Yeah.
Notable thing I saw on Dark Side was LOD shotgun did have a combo master in there too, so very nice ability to have.
Lovely. Got ourselves a magnet as well in Space Paranoids. So good manner of crowd control. Already getting a bunch of forms. Yeah, this could be an interesting seed. There's a fire in Santa's office. I don't see a bed. Does he just sleep at his desk?
Maybe just sleeps in the chair there. There
we go.
Raiden going to force his final here in Halloween Town, one of the more common spots. You have Egra as another common spot that most people will force it. World Never Was. And sometimes you could do it in DC if you're just jumping between them, but more of the common ones here. So getting a little unlucky, but finally gets it. I believe that's like his 4th anti-form.
Something like that. Yeah. It's also nice to be able to get the ability to force final early before you go too far into some of these worlds and lose the rooms that are able to help you restore your drive and everything.
Yeah, and
relatively
early levels too, with the station fight and Hollow Bastion are some early final level spots that if you don't have a way to do it, you kind of just lose out on those.
Absolutely.
So nice to have that final early for those. So I would expect to see Raiden do the station fight here and probably leave at the base of the tower.
Yeah. Also getting another magnet, so we have Magnera available to us.
Yep, so Raiden just has to go to Space Paranoids for that one. Meanwhile, Dark will more than likely get his after he gets his ice cream here through the force fights here. So we'll kind of keep an eye out on Raiden for a little bit, just as we've already seen this through his side. So we'll see what he starts picking up here in Twilight Town.
Right.
Another world unlock. A second identity disc. Okay, so that is Larxene as an available objective now.
Mm-hmm. We also got a blizzard at one point on Raiden's side. Another ice cream.
Okay, a self-walking ice cream. So can go to that Sandlot fight for more final levels.
It's kind of incredible that most of the world unlocks that we've gotten so far have just been the second visit unlocks for what we already have.
Yeah, it's you're kind of hoping to see some of the other worlds, but if it was me, I would not be complaining about a Twilight Town 2. Granted, you don't really get many checks, but it is a nice final leveling spot.
100%.
And it is working towards that betwixt between as well.
100%. Yeah. The nice thing about having so many forms early is you're able to get a lot of really quick progression points because you get them, I believe, after level 5 you get one per level.
I believe that is correct.
Okay. So we're gonna get some really early progression points, getting closer to our first set of hints to kind of give us a roadmap of where we want to go throughout the seed.
Yep.
There we go.
Dark following into Twilight Town gets his Magnera, so has a little bit better crowd control, but Raid won't be too far behind once he dips into Space Paranoids.
Right. And with that Magnera, at least on Dark side, the tower climb isn't too far-fetched of an idea.
It's right not now. The worst thing, no.
Yeah. It also makes LOD a little bit more bearable, especially for that early early mountain climb.
Yeah, you could push straight up into the cave fight with Magnera. Did pick up a Mage Ring, so we'll boost up the magic a little bit. So yeah, I would expect him to go into that pretty soon, especially if we don't find another world unlock, like maybe a Pride Lands.
Right. Yeah, but sitting with 4 forms, my gosh. 2 minutes. Wow.
Yep. Forms early. Raiden deciding to not do the tower, and that makes sense. Don't have the greatest way to make it fast. If he would have went to Space Paranoids early, got that Magnera, I could definitely see the push early on. But for now, just going and checking out his other worlds.
Right.
We'll actually end up getting his magnet here soon. And then from there, I don't think he has anything else readily available outside of doing LOD. Which, speaking there is, says go to LOD first.
One thing I will point out on Dark side, instead of leveling Final, we are leveling Valor. So getting a little more, ability to do extra hits to get out of this fight faster, but also leveling an entirely different form, seeing if we can get anything important. Nothing quite yet on forms yet.
All right, Raiden has decided to go home a little early. Raiden is notorious for doing LOD. It is his home. Won't have that Magnera, so Dark will have a faster way through this, just with better crowd control, be able to get through the fights. But Raiden, with his magic stats and all he's got, it won't be the worst thing in the world.
Right. Absolutely. So, Yeah, making use of fire. We're going to go ahead and check these 2 in the checkpoint. I believe that was the only good chest here.
Yeah, I don't believe the other one had anything. Yeah,
Nah.
just a junk chest there. Fire boost, great ability, especially with the required, or I won't say totally required, but one of the super bosses, a couple of super bosses, the fire boost would be nice for.
Okay, so something fun on Raiden's side. So Raiden forced auto wisdom and got rewarded with a Weight of the Dawn on wisdom level 2. So the only form that we don't have had the important check.
That is
well, the one so far.
Something. Yep.
Torn pages.
Wisdom is cracked.
Yeah.
And we don't even have it.
Yeah. We do have Dark climbing the tower.
Yep, makes sense of Dark. He has the Magnera, so he'll just breeze through this entirely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
shadows are being annoying and just immediately going back to being untargetable or unhittable, I guess. So they still target them.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Raiden is finishing up his missions here. I believe he has one more, or is this his last one?
This is his last.
Okay. So I wonder if Dark decides to immediately go into Twilight Town 2 just to finish that off, as he didn't level final on the station fight.
I mean, in final form, we got the stats for it.
Yeah, you have the Magnera, which is all the crowd control you really need. You have the fire for like the first 2 waves.
Mm-hmm.
And then the triple berserker, we just go Magnera it.
Yeah.
So yeah. If I was in Dark shoes, I would be doing that, but I would totally understand if he just holds off onto that for a little bit too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think Raiden getting some little extra experience here as Dark finishes out TT1.
Nothing else through the tower. And yeah, Dark deciding to go into LOD makes total sense. Have the Magnera, you know you can immediately just go breeze through to your mountain or your cave fights. Did pick up a membership card there, so
Absolutely.
Now we have access to that. And now we get our first one of his as well. So STT has a page and a Proud Fang. And Agrabah has our Proud Fang and our last ice cream.
And we know that levels are dead.
Levels are dead. Yep.
Found our 2 on levels. Yeah, so aside from Data Psyx, there isn't really anything else in Pride Lands of objective. Yep, that's the word I'm looking for. It's just not coming to me. But we could still be getting some good items, important checks in there.
Yeah, we don't know like how important Pride Lands is yet. Outside of just the objective there, could have multiple world unlocks that could just be all the way up on Ground Shaker, and at that rate, you might as well just do Day Psyx if you do that.
Right. Absolutely. So we see Raiden getting the first of his objectives and just deciding to dip. Save this for a nice limit leveling spot. Well, actually, hold on.
It wanted to reset his drive.
Yep. Makes perfect sense.
Reset drive, check those, see nothing, and he is going to dip as there's nothing else in this world as of right now.
Yep.
So now Raiden deciding what he wants to do. Hollow Bastion. Quick, easy first visit.
Mm-hmm.
Has a blizzard, so Bailey fight will not be. Actually has limit 2, so Bailey fight is just free.
Yeah. We have the tools, we got the talent.
So now, the question is, if we don't have anything here in the first visit, where does Raiden go? Because that's become up very quickly if we don't find anything.
I mean, he still hasn't shotgunned Space Paranoids yet.
That is true. Space Paranoids would probably be the more realistic play.
That plus an extra, the first torn page off of Wisdom. Probably going to go check the first 6 of 100 Acre, get that second chance. Right? Or, yeah, get the second chance. Is there? Oh, he already has the second.
Yeah, he already has it.
But check
Dark hasn't gone into 100 Acre because it was just in Pooh's house.
Yeah, I'm getting the exclusive items between the runners mixed up. So,
another option that Raiden could do is go do Roxas. Does have a limit form, so would it be the worst thing? You could get as much damage in and just finish off a quick run, or because I don't think they have 8 drives, so you don't have 1 limit use.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Raiden does have options.
Yeah.
Not forced to commit to anything quite yet.
Yeah. And honestly, with the push into Space Paranoids, get the Magnera, probably go back and finish out Twilight Town. So nothing in first visit.
Nothing in the first visit. He's gonna find his magnet. Probably be a little sad he didn't check this before LOD, but still was not the slowest LOD.
Right. Yeah, we got both runners relatively even in the ground that they've covered so far, so not quite the big, like, oh, we didn't have this for half the run distance creator.
Yeah, so far, really the only difference is Dark Climb Tower and Raiden checked the beginning of 100 Acre. That's about the only difference. And then you have Hollow Bash that Raiden just finished, which Dark will be kind of going towards here in a little bit. Deciding to do the minute fight here. I guess once the limit levels.
Yeah, get some extra progression points early.
I guess technically, yeah, the Data Zig bar is on the table. I don't know personally if I would be committing to this early because you don't know what else is in this world.
Right. Well, I think this is just a check of, what do I currently have access to?
Yeah, he could just be taking this time to figure out what he wants to do. Is like, okay, well, if I need to do something, let me just level limit here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's going to run out of drive here. Going to put up a magnet. Try and get some drive back. Getting close.
And he's about one kind of group of enemies, but he's going to run out of time just before then.
But can at least... got caught by the bolt reversal.
The bolt reversal. Could have popped limit and reset his drive.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got Raiden going into Port Royal. Not bad. Not a bad push. Not quite the magic stat that we're looking for to make it... I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
could use a little bit more magic stat, but
yeah,
given your options, this is a good...
Yeah, just a little short to be one-shotting, but has magnet, so not anything to be really scared about. You just crowd control everything.
That magnet into Goofy Tornado is just so satisfying.
Alright, so Dark is going to finish up his first visit here. Might actually just see him push all the way up into Throne Room.
Maybe, yeah, just...
Because you have limit for the Riku Summit fight.
And
so it'll be interesting to see what he does here.
Also getting some drive orbs off of that fight in the square.
We'll be getting our next set of hints here very soon.
Yeah. Both runners will be getting them around the same time. Dark's going to get it a little bit before.
Yeah, Raiden will have to go through his minute fight, so we finish up Sean Yu and getting our hint here in just a few seconds, because Goofy Tornado is good. Alright, what do we find out? Beast Castle has nothing of importance.
Mm-hmm.
What else was on this?
Nothing in 100 Acre.
Nothing in 100 Acre either. Okay. Great hint.
Well, nothing of important checks, but Dark's going to go here and get the...
Magics and possibly second chance once more.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And that's the only thing.
Okay, second chance is the only thing.
Cool. All right. So, nice quick dead world. Love it, love it. And no objective, so yeah. By 100 Acre. And we've got to push into Port Royal for Dark.
Yeah, Dark doing the same thing here. So yeah, now it becomes interesting because Raiden just gets his hint, knowing all that. So what are you doing after Barbosa here? If you don't find, you'd have to find something. So otherwise, you have to commit to something very deep, which I'm not a fan of, but it could happen.
Yeah, honestly, the world never was looking a little good right now. Because I mean, yeah, you're starving for new worlds.
Yeah, and progression is great out of there. You're really looking for something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate the world going just doing Roxas.
Yeah,
because if you're not doing that, if it was me, I'd be going into Throne Room at least just to see what else is in there.
Right.
Just for the sheer amount of chests that are in there.
Yeah, honestly, that or just going for more limit levels, just to get more hints and figure out more of a roadmap and everything like that. Because for the hints that we've gotten so far, we haven't had nice Flare Force. Yeah, we haven't had a ton of worlds hinted that we have access to that aren't already dead.
Mm-hmm.
So getting more hints towards our LODs, our HTs, our SPs, and everything like that. And just knowing what we've got to work with already.
Yeah, OC would be a very big pickup. You get 2 objectives off that, and
HB2 as well.
Yep, HB2. I think those would be the 2 biggest ones.
Yeah, at least in terms of objective density.
Yeah, you could. Objectives. If you're looking just for straight checks, Dizzy Castle, first visit. So yeah, we'll zoom in here on Raiden, see what he picks up as Dark is going through his minute fight. Do we find anything?
Getting a few abilities on the way here.
We're not finding much, so it's either on Barbosa or Raiden's going to have a decision to make.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We know an objective is going to be on Barbosa, but like...
Yeah, we got the objective there, so... Dark opting to do some Master Form here is a little scary, because every time you do the Blizzard, you are high enough to get hit by the Gun Pirates. He was able to get at least, or sneak out I don't know, we don't have Drive Career, so just doing that for the stats, I'm guessing. Meanwhile, Raiden is going to finish up his Barbosa here, Fighter Force, and what are we getting?
Nice job, Goofy. Getting second chance once more at the same time. That's pretty fun.
Goofy is scummed out.
He is scummed out.
And we have nothing. Okay, Raiden, what are we doing? Going for the Roxas play.
Alright. Love to see it. And Raiden is also going to get his Valor Form.
It's true. He has not shotgun this, so...
Yeah. So this could either be a shotgun or just continuing on.
I could see him turn around to maybe try and level up Limit a little bit more, knowing he just picked up that form.
Yeah.
Or it is just
leveling Limit, Valor, using second chance to level Wisdom a little bit more. Like, yeah, there's a lot of A lot of good things you can do here.
Yeah. Makes sense for Raiden here. Like Geek said in chat, not the biggest fan of quick running, so you don't really have the stats to do it all in one limit form, so you'd have to resort to some form of quick running because you don't really have tools for anything else.
Right.
So
we got
opting to
Raiden.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Continuing through Halloween Town here, we do have second presence as the as an objective. So being able to not only get progression points, but also making your way towards that objective is very good. Very good play. We also saw Dark take a death there on the defend the interceptor fight, which at this early levels and stats and stuff like that, yeah, it's
just bound to happen. I think it was a stray bomb that kind of just floated underneath him and exploded.
Yeah, it's very rough.
Yeah, trying to make as much use of the blizzard. Even though it doesn't one-shot, it will freeze him, so he doesn't have to be too worried about them just like walking in all the time. But those, if the other pirates do throw out the bombs, then you kind of just a sitting duck if you're spamming blizzards.
100%. All right, and we got Raiden. Nice kill on the finish. All right. Oh, wow. Look at that drive form.
Okay.
Okay, drives. Pop off.
Drive says 3 pages total, 2 more, and our only known Agrabah access right now.
Yeah. And in addition to that, we have the other skill and crossbones and actual final form in OC. So, unless you want to go for that data L0rdRaiden, or if there's anything in Port Royal 2, that might be useful.
Yeah, we'll be looking for the first one. So if it happens just to be sitting in the first visit, which is more than likely because there's just a boatload of checks in OC1 compared to OC2.
Mm-hmm.
We'll more than likely find both of those.
Yeah.
Raiden taking a death there on the Oogie fight to the spawning enemies. We love those when you can't control them.
The goodie bags, yeah.
The goodie bags of not really being
no goodies.
No goodies.
Yeah. The baddie bags. Ooh, copyright that. I'm using that one. The baddie bags.
Write that down.
Nice. Yeah. So honestly, with the amount of forms that we have and that hint for our only known Agrabah access, like you said, that might raise just leveling forms a little bit, just to give us another outlet.
Yeah, I would expect Raiden to, if Donald or Jack reses, to maybe swap into Goofy to get some Valor levels.
Yeah. Bad thing is Agrabah doesn't have any objectives and anything like that, but in case, we want that. Well, we're gonna want that that ice cream to fight with Axel, and then who knows what's in.
Oh yeah, Royal Summons.
Pride Lands, yeah. Nice Royal Summons. Love that.
So now we have some DC access, so we'll get some more checks. I'm expecting Raiden just to go immediately to that, as the options are very limited right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is also a prime opportune place to do some Valor leveling, do some auto wisdom leveling. Ooh.
More thunders.
We now have the Agrabah 2 toolkit that we're not going to use, probably.
I would hope it's not there because that would be pretty cooked.
That would suck.
Meanwhile, Dark on his side is doing his Bailey fight, opting to do some more limit leveling, where I think Raiden he just magnet everything. I don't think I saw him going to magnet. Or the limit.
He got some limit levels. Or maybe just one.
It might have just been one.
Either way, there was limit present in the Bailey fight. But yeah, so we got some Valor leveling on the one side. We got some limit leveling on the other side.
Drive will run out, but did not make it in time. Does he have? All right, just doing this way to fill it up.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Dark is going to his TT2, so he will be doing some final leveling here, and we'll see if there might be any checks off this Sandlot fight.
So slight bit of divergence in our runners, with as limited worlds available as we got.
I missed that on Raiden's side when he was leveling up the final, but we do have a drive converter, so we can make master leveling that much easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And utilizing the magnet to keep the berserkers in check.
Mm-hmm. And there we go. Nicely done by Dark.
And okay. Not finding anything, which just the pop-up, so
yeah. Well, we'll see here on the hill. All right, yeah. Absolutely nothing in that TT2. Ooh. Okay.
I was gonna say, doing screens a little, you kind of want to hold that for an experience if you have an experience boost,
right?
But I also wouldn't hate it working towards that Lark scene objective right now.
Right. Yeah. Plus, with a little more stats, I think we're still a little low to go there and get an efficient leveling.
Yeah, barely in the 20s for stats. I think you're wanting at least like mid-high 20s, so not too far off, but not enough to make anything useful right now. Right. And Raiden now is really trying to figure out what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to go get these second presents.
Right.
I know about first presents, but what about second presents? I was trying to make Lord of the Rings reference.
So yeah, this is a very weird spot to kind of be in if you're honestly both these are at this point, because you're really running out of checks you can do without just hard committing to a world right now.
Right.
Like a second presence, not the worst thing. You have like these two force fights that Jack kind of just trivializes anyways. But after that, you're going, I guess for Raiden, he can go finish up LOD, see if he gets anything on Shan Yu. Then after that, you're committing to a throne room, you do Roxas, or you're burning your screens up.
Right. Yeah. Or
STT
can finish
still
up
sits
T.
there.
Yeah.
But just for the Proud Fang,
I doubt it. Like, especially with how many forms you got at this point, it'd be far more feasible to go for the Scimitar and work towards not only one of your objectives, but also the other Proud Fang.
Okay, Dark is opting to do his screens here.
All right.
Yeah, doesn't have that World Never Was through the Auto Wisdom. So honestly, for him, it makes... I guess it makes sense. I would have maybe... I guess me personally, I'd probably be doing or at least trying to get through the LOD2 fights and see if Throne Room just pays out like Omega hard. But for him, this makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see Raiden here finish up his presence too, and then kind of has his decisions to make too.
Mm-hmm. All right. So there is 3 objectives for Raiden. And we've got Dark working on his 3rd objective as well. We did get another hint for both of our runners about Port Royal, which has a scimitar in the 2nd visit. And then in Twilight Town, we have found all of the important checks that lead to other things.
Okay. So yeah, we know that Port Royal 2 is well, it's not. I don't think it's officially yet hard required. I guess Agrabah's locking 2. Technically 2 objectives. Actually, it might be. So then you're having to go to OC. So if it's not hard required yet, it is very close to being hard required.
Right. So now we got both of our runners at screens. We got Raiden going just for the straightforward final form approach, just to get us to where we have our stats to make this a little bit quicker.
About as quick as can be.
Use Duck Flare to get some drive back.
The spawn group is just sitting there in the center. Weren't able to really boost up our drive that much. You just gotta be a little careful and just, take it when you get dipping. Yep.
That is fair. Well, on Dark side, we saw a start with base Sora, everything like that, going into final form as we got more mob going on, and also getting out of a hairy spot by just piecing out.
Yep, Dark also just says, I died once, I will take what I get.
Yep.
So we found a Thunder outside of that, and world lock. Okay, there is our OC access.
Love some good OC.
We'll see both of our runners more than likely do hostile program as it leads towards Arcane, and then immediately go check out that OC.
Probably.
You could do the whole visit. You have Magnera for the Hades Escape, and then you have Thundara for Hydra. Master Thundara, Hydra, get like level 4, call it a day.
Mm-hmm.
So just be seeing chucking duck flares.
Mm-hmm.
There will be no setup strats in this house, just duck flare.
No tomfoolery.
The freeze.
Bringing Donald back.
Interesting, not going for the limit there, but
yeah,
I respect the final play as well.
Yeah, I think the final play is just so well known for this fight that just kind of the go-to. Like, all right, we're ready to get out of this fight. Let's just glide.
Yeah, the problem is the glide the final glide just kind of just melts your drive gauge. We find our Beast Claw off the hostile program.
Mm-hmm. And so we're going to use that to get some experience in the opening fight. Go towards our Dark Thorn objective. Nice scimitar on level 5. Valor. Love to see it.
Yeah, Dark not is one level off of getting his Agrabah access. And okay, they're torn page.
Another torn page.
Valor's.
Valor just being the goated form. The sea.
Valor and Wisdom.
Yeah, Valor and Wisdom.
2 forms you will very rarely ever see used outside of very niche situations.
Right.
So I see Dark doing his OC. You know, Raiden's checking this out, seeing what he gets. I do not expect him to be doing a Thresholder. That would be kind of a weird play.
I mean,
there's really nothing here outside of magics.
Well, there's also Darkthorn as an objective. So.
Oh yeah, that is right.
Yeah. So.
He kind of just skipped out. He kind of just stuck in there. He's been there the entire time, but just kind of skipped over him.
Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw our runners do one thing and then switch places. Because, yeah, Dark's on the way to 2 objectives right now. Raiden's on the way to 1.
Yeah, that would probably be the most likely scenario to happen. Dark will finish this up. Well, Raiden will probably finish up his world before Dark does. Be stepping in as Raiden finishes, and Raiden will just go BC. Or Dark will go BC.
Mm-hmm.
Dark doing his auto wisdom gets his Way of the Dawn.
Yeah. Love to see it. And getting his first set of torn pages on drives. Not particularly useful, but I'm shouting it out anyway. Alrighty. And we got some more hints. We got Halloween Town. We got pretty much all the important checks there. And then Hall of Bastion just has the other Beast Claw. So,
that is
aside from the objectives.
That is a sad Hollow Bastion.
Yeah. But where some may see sad, I see streamlined. Where we don't have to worry about core going through a lot of the side areas, going back for stuff. We can just beeline it for 1,000 Heartless for Sephiroth.
So yeah, Raiden going to be finishing up this here. Just going to be kind of stuck here in this little escort. So not too much going to be going on. Dark has his urns here, so he'll at least get his objective.
Our runner's starting to find the cures.
We love cures.
We love the cures. We do all that for a cure. But yeah. But all the important checks have been found in Beast Castle, just the cure and the blizzard and everything like that. So now it's just Darkthorn. Yeah, meanwhile, yeah, Dark getting his objective for the urns, and only finding the cure hasn't found true final form and skill and crossbones yet.
Yeah, is getting into the bulk of checks here now in the first visits.
Yeah.
Kind of stuck with a very select few, and then your bulk of checks is always in the second half of the first visit.
Absolutely.
We'll see. Hopefully you can just find everything he needs and not have to come here anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of doing Hydra.
Absolutely.
Show us the goodies.
Alright. Raiden heading up to Darkthorn and Shadowstalker. Just finding some good equipment along the way.
Yeah,
over on
found a
Dark side.
jackpot and some equipment. So master leveling is going to be a breeze with jackpot and drive converter.
100%.
I missed a few of the final glides, so wasn't able to kind of just one shot this here.
So Dark using the Demix fight to level up Valor form a little bit and getting that scimitar, and probably soon get that other torn page. There we go.
And while we just see Darkthorn just getting kind of air comboed through final form, didn't stand a chance.
Absolutely. All right, so we're done with Beast Castle over on Raiden's side, getting up to 5 objectives, and yep, we see Raiden go right into OC.
There's final form and skill and crossbones, so do not have to chase for that in the second visit.
And that is all that was here.
Yep, that is all here. Data Luxor, now an objective we can do.
Yeah. Data Luxor is an objective. We can get the other scimitar if we really feel like it.
I mean, if for some reason
I commentator cursed it and said we're going to Agrabah too.
Just put that ice cream like on Genie Jafar, like.
Yeah.
Because honestly, that would be another good. Because if you're expecting to do datas and you want to try and level, TT3 is a very nice spot once you have stats and you already have the final form.
100%.
But maybe that just ends up being one of the objectives that gets sacked, because nobody has stepped foot into Agrabah yet, so we don't know if it's just sitting in like the first chest.
Right. Yeah. I expect here after these pushes into BC and OC that we're probably going to see a Agrabah push here soon.
Yeah, I expect Dark to finish up Hydra here and then go right into Agrabah. Not an objective, but you would be chasing that ice cream, and that would give him his TT3 access immediately, as he's already done the Sandlot fight, so he could just go there.
Right.
Dark doing Master Thunder, going to get a bunch of levels off this.
Mm-hmm. And getting 2 objectives.
Surely it's more than just one. Okay, well, I guess we're rolling in 1 level.
All right, so Pride Lands is important. Who'd have thunk? Because we got the other membership card there. So 2 of our objectives are hidden behind Pride Lands. Well, and a third being Pride Lands 2 itself. And then Space Paranoids, we have found all the important checks there. So nothing really in the second visit of World Unlock value.
Yeah, you'd just be going for the Lark scene.
Right.
Which isn't the slowest thing. Like, you have to sit through Solar Sailor and then do MCP.
Yeah.
More than likely could be holding off onto that just for a little bit, just to see if you kind of just have to go there. So we'll zoom in on Dark here, see what he starts finding, as Raiden's just going to be finishing up his OC, so we already know what's all in there. So we'll get the information off of Dark here for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see if we can find this Proud Fang and this ice cream.
Show us the goodies.
Yeah. Well, we got once more.
So
and our first reflect.
Our first reflect. We are not reflectless.
Yeah, that was a good room. Nice job, room.
All right.
And there's our Proud Fang. So we can start going.
We can work towards that. Mm-hmm. Hopefully that mem card is not in the second visits, because, oh boy.
Yeah.
Surely I didn't just make the seat longer by saying that. Surely.
Well, I said Agrabah too, so I mean, there's the thing. Both making it longer. Now, do we see a further push from Dark, or since we have some other options to go through, do we leave here on Abu Escape? Unless the ice cream's just here. It's not here.
I could see Dark at least doing the treasure room fight, maybe holding out on doing Twin Lords, or you just do Twin Lords for the progression points.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Because you have Magnera, which basically just makes all of this go by in like a absolute instant.
Yeah. 100%.
I wonder if you will opt to go master in the treasure room, being these God Drive Converter and jackpots. I mean, you don't really need to level it. You've got everything you need off of drives.
Yeah. Also looking at those two, nothing there.
Yeah, you're down here. You just do the treasure room. Gonna reset his drive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, he's at what, 3 of 6.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, maybe just do Twin Lords and get your progression points.
Yeah. We're just gonna final Magnera here.
You're gonna do as much base hits as you can, as the MP is low, but I think Thundar or even a Reflect will do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good. All right, not there.
Anything in the room? No.
Ooh. Okay, this is looking a little spicy now. Now I'm scaring myself. Did I bring this on?
You might want to be typing up like an apology letter just in case.
Yeah.
Just get it ready. Just
I've already got one saved.
Yeah, perfect. You're already set then.
Yeah, it's like a cover letter. I have a template saved. I just changed the
There you go.
names.
That was an interesting interaction with the Volcano Lord. I've never seen him just bounce in the same spot like 5 times. That was kind of weird, but I also kind of liked it because you could just sit there and reflect everything.
And I do love this strat of like, hey, let's go over to this fire pool. All right, reflect. Let's bring it over here.
It is a lot of damage and pretty much clears up all the little ads that spawn as you.
Oof, there's fire.
Yep, and last set of hints off of Dark. Was that okay? So World That Never Was has our Windows access.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else really important. We don't need the second Battlefields of War.
Ooh.
But
yeah, and it has to be in the World That Never Was 1 because the other Way to the Dawn is in DC.
It's in DC, the second half of DC. So
it's in TR. So yeah,
that would have to be at the very worst. That would be up to Syax.
Yeah. Also, it's in Agrabah too.
It is Agrabah 2 ice cream.
I did this. This is on me. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me.
Yeah, you're looking at that and you're like, okay, I kind of have to sack doing Betwixt now, because that's a hard commit to go at the very worst Genie Jafar.
Mhm. Yeah, but now we're seeing a Port Royal 2 push. Because now we're having to go to Agrabah 2, so Dark is going.
It could just be, I mean, yeah, well, eventually you will get it. If you go up to GR2, you're probably just doing Data Luxor 2 at that rate.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a technically double objective working towards if you're going that route of going to AG2.
Right.
But I'm expecting it's probably more just for the Data Luxord.
Right.
It is just here, though.
Mm-hmm.
So you... That's interesting now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do the GR2 to get Data Luxord, or do you just leave? And it looks like he's opting for the Data Luxord, maybe? Or is he... Yeah.
I think he's just going to go and collect the medallions to, like, be up to
GR2.
GR2. But especially with... Well, our stats aren't awful by this point.
No, you have everything you need for GR2. You have Master Thunder, which is really all you need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We got some good stuff going.
Would probably like another level or two in Master, just so it doesn't immediately lose all your drive while doing it, because I don't think you'd go through the entire third phase. It'd probably be pretty close, or maybe just do a couple Thunders.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, on Raiden's side, we do see our Pride Lance, and there's our Visit Unlock.
There it is. It's done.
Here it is. I mean, yeah.
We are going to continue for Data Psyx, just in case our other wells dry up.
Yeah, on Raiden's side, what are you missing?
Thunder, could be looking for another Reflect.
Spiral, okay.
Yeah, I think it's just going for the important chests, just to see if we can get an explosion, or a guard break, or...
Let's see.
All right, we got
Magic's a little higher, so yeah, explosion would be nice. Magnega and Thundaga, that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Or Zeus.
Zeusy. Also Kuraga. Let's go. Best one.
All that before finding a second Reflect.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like Dark is opting to just immediately do this, so is setting up his Data Luxord.
Alright. Alright.
Raiden going to do his HB2 now.
Yeah. Especially now that we have Magnet Max, like 1,000 Heartless, once we get our stats up, is going to be no problem.
Yeah, that is the only thing, is the stats they're not there.
Yeah. It could be better.
He'll get some... He'll at least get a level off the corridors fights, and probably dancers. 1K, or not 1K, but Final Fantasy fights will get at least, get a few levels, so to assume. I don't think that's going to be enough to get the magic up where you need it, though, so see if he just opts to just do the RC with the robots.
Right.
We'll see Dark here finish up his GR2.
Yeah, get up to Data Luxord.
I did have enough drive to actually get all that on the phase. One thing I haven't really kept an eye on is if experience boost has been sitting on like a Keyblade. Cause I don't know. I think it's been a little bit since they've checked them.
Dark did check before doing this because he wanted to get his setup right, but
Okay.
I didn't take notice of an experience boost.
Ooh, is Dark just going for it?
Ooh, I think we're just gonna go for our 5-minute beat 'em up session.
All right. So we will get to see a Data Luxord on Dark side.
Nice.
See, he's got Reflect. He has limits. So, I mean, we have everything we need to technically kind of loop him in a way where it's just, does he decide to give us the minigame or does he just card us for 5 years?
Right. Does he make sure we're 21? Okay, I thought it was...
that is one way to describe it.
That is one way.
We'll see Raiden doing his dancer fights. Go. Let's see, nothing there, so probably just go straight into. Or he might reset his drive and then go straight into Demix, or he just goes right in there. I'm gonna throw a high driver recovery, so we'll be able to go back into final.
Dark is just tearing through Data Luxord. My gosh.
Yeah, well, this has been pretty nice on the mini games so far, and now he's just getting carded.
Yeah.
Does have to be careful. Well, he does have Scom, so he can take a few hits.
That honestly might be a big factor on why
That
Dark
very
just
well
went
could.
straight in.
Yeah, it very well could be. You know, you can't really speed this up outside of doing mini games. Nice horizontal slash there on Raiden side. Yeah, having Scom for Data Luxord is honestly pretty much, I don't want to call it a saving grace, but it's a very nice
Quality.
Yeah.
We'll say quality of life.
Quality, so you know you're not just getting one shot by a card. All right, yep, into DM phase. Not going to sit there and just hit him for 5 years.
I was curious if Raiden was going to do this, getting out of the Demix fight. Went back to take some damage so we can go into Auto Wisdom.
Yep.
Love that. All right, pause their strats on Dark side.
Just wait one more. Ooh, get it.
Got
I thought he was gonna flip on him like the last second. Nice experience.
No. Wow. Yeah, because we're getting all of the regular Luxord stuff now. Get that out of the way.
Glide experience boost. That's
That's fun. Love that. And we're going into Agrabah 2. Like I said earlier, we already got the Agrabah 2 toolkit, so why not just go ahead and get down to business?
Yeah, so now if you're Dark, since you're doing this, you're gonna go get your Twilight Town 3. What is he looking to maybe skip? I'm assuming Data Psyx at this rate, because he just has not committed, but he does have to go to Prylands 1.
So now...
Yeah, he doesn't go to STT, so yeah, Data Psyx is his definite skip.
Yeah, I think it might be Data Zigbar, Data Psyx, and then Windows.
True, because
we have everything else open to us on Dark side. Well, as far as Dark is in no mode of like Okay, we have access to this stuff, and I'm going to assume it's here. In all likelihood.
We still haven't even stepped foot into. Well, never was. Yeah, honestly, yeah, I could see Windows being the sack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now on Raiden's side, I think we might see all of the datas get sacked.
Can he do that?
Well, because we're already here for 1,000 Heartless, and then Sephi is just beyond them.
Yeah, so he would still have to go to PR2 to be able to do Betwixt, though.
True.
It was before GR2, though, so maybe he doesn't commit to it that way.
Yeah,
it is.
We could just.
He is in a weird spot right now with all this.
Yeah, so it's a little uncertain what Raiden's route would be at this point, but Raiden has options.
Yeah, working towards his Lark scene.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, there's our ice cream.
So no Genie Jafar's here.
Yeah. But we did have a
castle. He needs to reset his flags anyway, so going doing his Dark Thorn.
Yeah. And we're just gonna top off Valor levels while we're here. Maybe even if we have the drive, get some limit levels as well, because we're pretty well beyond the point of taking the death abuse.
Oh yeah, that is long since gone.
Yeah. Oh wait, we're at max Valor. We're just seeing the hit count.
Yeah, we're just trying to get to hit count. We don't really have a faster way to do it.
Yeah. Oh, looking a little spooky on Raiden's side.
Devastators are no joke.
Right. But we do see Raiden get through.
Dark doing the entry fight, but then going LOD.
Probably just use that as a chance to think. Because we do see him mark off a few options. Or things that he has available. And right now we're down to 4 things that aren't directly available right now. So...
Because the only thing left here is just the Wisdom form.
It's the Wisdom form.
Oh, Wisdom...
And the Data Zigbar.
Oh, that's true. He does have Data Zigbar marked. I totally forgot he's committing to that one. Yeah, he doesn't have the Hori Slash because that was in Pride Lands.
Hori Slash was on Demix, I thought.
Oh yeah, it was on Demix. So yeah, his Data Zigbar will be a little jank. Yeah, the best way I can kind of describe it.
Honestly, we might just be getting up to Data Zigbar.
Yeah, he's probably
what we said about.
Yeah, Data Zigbar will probably be his last objective. If he commits to it, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Just because you have so much other stuff, you like I said, could find that Hori.
He's also making that good use of that experience boost.
Yeah, all he has to do is just go to Pride Lands, Pride Rock, and he has his membership card to go to. There's Explosion, Glide, and so one thing going on is Raiden is getting like Omega Glide Diff right now.
Yeah.
So at this late, I don't know how much that's going to play into factor.
Yeah, because there isn't too many worlds that we're really trying to close the distance.
If he goes HB2, like, yeah, you can get through or get up to like corridors and that stuff that much faster.
Yeah.
All right, Raiden doing his Port Royal 2. I'm expecting him to. Actually, I don't know what I'm expecting to do because he doesn't have to commit to Data L0rdRaiden. But he doesn't know that the ice cream is in the second visit of Agrippa, so maybe he's actually is doing this for the Data L0rdRaiden.
Because he only pushed up to Boo.
He does not know it is in the second visit. Yeah, this is a Data L0rdRaiden play.
Honestly, I can see Raiden not doing TT3.
Oh, he didn't even pick up the scimitar. Oh, okay, yeah. So he is.
Okay, yeah. So we are abandoning TT3 on Raiden's side.
Yeah, so he's sacking TT3, which does. It's not like he's missing anything else by doing that, so that's one of his.
So then we would probably see screens. Or not screens, windows from Raiden. Well, hold on. What?
Low D, so he's probably sacking Data Zigbar too.
Yeah. Because right now we've worked up to Larkseen. We've worked up to... Well, we're currently working up to L0rdRaiden. We have worked up to 1,000 Heartless and therefore Sephi. Yeah, I
so
think...
1, 2, 3, 4...
Yeah, I think it's got to be Windows. Because that's the quote-unquote quickest one to go for in Raiden's eyes.
Yes, okay, so he's doing or sacking Betwixt and Windows. What's his third? Because you have to choose between Syax and Zigbar.
Huh?
Well, he'd still need to get rid of one more objective, wouldn't he?
If it's TT3
Because he's sacking
Zigbar
TT3
Syax.
TT3 in Windows because he hasn't. Because nobody's going to the World Never Was for that second Royal Summon. So
honestly, he might be going for Zigbar. It's just taking a little bit.
yeah, he could be where he's just saving that just to one big last world push. Oh yeah, it would be Sykes because he has to go through STT. So yeah, it's gonna be. I think they're gonna end up on the same objectives. Geek bullying Raiden because he missed a form chest in a race once. You know, understandable.
Yeah.
Dark going to be putting his newly acquired experience boost to some good work here and just power level in the mansion.
Ooh.
Does get caught by the dancer like frame 1, which is kind of insane.
That's always interesting.
I think maybe he might have drifted his fire in and it, like caught it at the very end of it. So when he actually walked up to the dancer, he just got immediately hit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So now we're just going to be seeing a little bit of power leveling until he decides to go to Betwixt, and Raiden's going to be doing his data L0rdRaiden, so not too much going to be going on right now. I'd actually laugh if that was another experience boost. You just skip the chest. What do we have? Stitch.
I was about to say our first summon, then I forgot about Genie because
Genie.
It's Genie.
Missing the first minigame. He's gonna get caught here. Yeah, just gonna take. Nope. That he wasn't at 1 HP, which is kind of insane.
He was at 2 HP.
Darkened his Betwixt. Should be takes the hit to get more levels off experience. I like that play.
Heck yeah. We love more levels. We love big number go burr.
Number go up. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot Dark had an explosion too. Found that in PR2.
Yeah. Yeah, we are just annihilating things right now.
Yeah, outside of boss fights, super bosses specifically, Dark just kind of melts everything.
Yeah. So we're at 7 and 7 among objectives, but Raiden has pretty much worked up to most of where he's gonna go, and Dark is just needing to push at this point.
Yeah, outside of Zigbar, he's pretty much at all of his objectives, where Dark still has to do a little bit of content. He has to do Solar Sailor and go through BC.
Yeah, BC1.
Oh, and he has all of the second visit of Hollow Bastion.
Yeah.
So, because if you have to do that, and he's doing Zigbar, maybe you just sack Larxene? Or
maybe it's odd, just based on like what we've seen from them. Yeah,
in weird spots. We know he's doing present. We know he's doing Data Zigbar because he's already finished with Storm Rider.
Nice job from Raiden. Nice job from both of our runners on Data L0rdRaiden, making him look like a chump.
I mean, once you kind of know the timing for his mini games, he's honestly not that hard of a fight. It's just if you mess up the DM, you kind of just cry a little bit on the inside.
All right, Raiden deciding now to go ahead and just do the 1,000 Heartless fight.
Bet Raiden likes the glide and EXP boost. I'm sure both our runners appreciated that one. Honestly, 33 with Magnega, not the slowest 1K, and if that magic stat just goes up a little bit, he'll be sitting pretty nice. I think he just needs a few more. 36, I think.
Maybe. Yeah, it's somewhere in the mid-30s. Getting into World That Never Was territory.
Constantly just using the limit to refresh his drive, as it'll always just fill up off these magnets. Dark finish up his presence too.
There we go. Nice
Where
1,000
do you-
Heartless.
Where do you go now, Mr. Dark? Where are you going?
Where did you come from? Where you go?
Finally going into his Pride lands. This first fight will be over in a blink of an eye.
100%. We just got to go to Pride Rock. Okay, so we do have Raiden pushing the world that never was.
Raiden going for the Royal Summons. That's So
It's
he
quick.
wants to.
Well,
If he has to go up to Syax, I guess going up to Syax versus all of the rest of LOD.
and then Zigbar.
Yeah,
Zigbar.
he has Berserk Hori for. Or I don't know if we have Berserk, but I know we have Hori. I'm assuming we have Berserk.
Yeah. Getting Roxas in a nice loop here. Just count the amount of hits that you're doing. Get him. Ooh.
Got clipped there. Didn't quite get that reflect out, but we'll just finish this off and limit for him. Guard into slide dash to Ragnarok and goodbye.
Boom. Nice. Yeah, so hopefully this is a nice and early Royal Summons for Raiden.
Yeah, surely it's just right here.
Boom. Nice job. Can you pick my lottery numbers for me too?
Sometimes you cope and you just get like Omega paid out.
It's so good. Boom.
So with Royal Summons, that does put Raiden. That's go mode for Raiden, right? Technically, because Windows, Larkseen, Sephi.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Raiden is in go mode.
Yeah.
Just has to do this. Has he done Solar Sailor, right? Or is
yes. So we are up to MCP over on Raiden.
We are up to MCP. Okay, so we're up to all the fights we need. This is I guess I'm gonna say this is the longest. I think Windows would be faster.
Yeah.
Yes, Sephi, yeah. Baby reflects Sephi ain't the funnest thing in the world.
Yeah. And I think Dark is also in go mode.
Yep. So
with those membership cards. So
yeah, we'll have going up to his Larkseen.
So it honestly might be for Dark, Darkthorn, Windows, Syax as the skips.
Pick the more fun. I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah. Just if you're gonna go through, because with what Dark has now, you're already gonna have to go through Hall of Bastion to at least get one of those objectives that you got left. So why not just do the other one that's right there right after?
Yeah, because you can't just skip both of them, and because the Proud Fang sitting in STT, you're never doing Data Syax, so you can't just skip both of those unless you just, for some reason, go blind straight into STT or World Never Was, do Roxas, get your Windows access. Like, okay, now I just skip all of Hollow Bastion.
Yeah, like that.
That would be a crazy read.
That would be so gnarly. Just, yeah. I mean, it's already gnarly where it's located in the World Never Was. So, like, if Dark went after that, that would be a huge gap closer between these two. But we got Raiden finishing up the windows. So, which one are we doing first? Doing Larkseen. So we have,
we'll see.
Yeah, pretty similar.
We'll see both of them on MCP here.
We also do have like some really different like tools at play for both the runners, right? So we've got Thundaga from Raiden, but we've got Explosion from Dark. We've got Hori Slash from Raiden and not from Dark. So like just really interesting how similar we've ended up, but with entirely different results.
Nice glide.
Nice glide, nice reflect.
Uh,
What a scene.
These glides are absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, Gee, who put that slide? Who put that slide there? Who put that glide there? Wow.
So like glide was on data, or it technically would have been Luxord because I think it was just a Luxord, but you just did data to get it. MCP. What was the last one? It was something dumb.
Was it in Throne Room?
Yeah, it was Throne Room.
Yeah, it was like right next to the Wisdom Form. At least that's my headcanon. All right.
One thing Dark's kind of got going for him is stat-wise, a little bit more sets. Obviously, the Valor form really helped with the MCP because otherwise his strength stat would not have been anywhere close to even 2-cycle. Actually, I don't even think it is. He has to do this the long way.
Yeah. Also, nice luck scene. Already done.
Yep, that is the benefit Dark has. The stats are pretty much going to be, I'm saying at this rate, going to be higher than Raiden's at all time. Okay, going into Hollow. Okay, so we're doing Hollow Bastion 2, so we will see that. So, what is he? Okay, so he's 100% sacking Darkthorn at this rate. I don't think he's ever going back into BC.
Yeah, no. No reason.
And we already know Psyx is a lock on that. So maybe he's just.
So I think what you said earlier is still going to happen. Of like Data Zigbar being the last one that Dark does.
Well, the thing is, he'd already be down to Sephi though, and Sephi would be way faster than Data Zigbar.
Right.
So it actually might come down to the point where Raiden just ignoring it. LOD might actually be the difference maker in this. And yeah, Raiden is getting Omega trolled by MCP. Oh, that strength stat just, it ain't it.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, so Raiden just has to do Larxene and Sephi, which he's already at. Dark has to go through all this. And I don't think he can get into Auto Wisdom fast enough to be able to just like magnet through it. I guess he can just Magnet Explosion, so you don't really need it. Nice final Torn page on Final 7. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh no, he has Wisdom form. What am I saying? He doesn't even need Auto Wisdom. I forgot he went to LOD to get that.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, if we wanted to Thunder on Dark Side, we are using Baby Thunder. No Thundaga.
I don't think we need it outside of Engine Core just to do the last hit from safe, but yeah, Thunderstorm's fine.
Yeah. Nice job on L0rdRaiden. Say yes, Larxene.
Raiden going to his last objective being Sephi. Dark's got to finish this. Does have enough. Is like nice horror geek. I love that there. So yeah, now Dark's probably thinking, do I go do Zigbar now? I don't think it's there. I think this is a play if you just do this into Windows. Oh no, he hasn't done any of Disney Castle though. He might still be doing Zigbar. All right, he has not stepped foot in there.
Yeah.
Trying to get hit to get some MP back. Wants to save all his ethers.
Yeah, it's super interesting how this seed ended up playing out. Just
yeah, and we're not even doing Sephi with Baby Reflect anymore because of the one sitting on MCP. So you have to have like the biggest meltdown here. If you're a Dark fan, Raiden just needs to death cycle probably like 5 times. At least.
Which Sephi is a tough fight. Like these super bosses are super bosses for a reason, so
yeah, is already on 1 HP, is Sephi just kind of just melts you.
Yeah, sometimes the Masamune can just clip you.
Got caught by an orb, so the combo immediately went in after, had to go into limit to just save himself because I think he would have got frame trapped right out of it. We'll be able to stop the Heartless Angel.
Are we low on items on Raiden's side? Because
he might have had to use a few on the early beginning of this, but I know they have like every item slot, or if not, they're like missing one.
Well, and I only asked because I noticed in the items, open it up, 1 elixir.
Yeah, maybe we had to go through a bunch, or because I don't think he went through all of them, but maybe he did.
Maybe.
Oh. 6 elixirs.
Oh no, there's 6 of them.
Just
elixirs are the only things we're rocking in this fight.
That's all we need.
That's all we need.
Final phase of Sephi here.
Got the drive up to 4.
He's a little bit more. Oh, when he runs into the orb.
Yeah.
That's such a late death.
Yeah. That is rough. While Dark finishing up 1000 Heartless. Gonna start preparing for Sephi fight.
Dark's just gonna go buy up all the elixirs as well. Oh, and gets Megas too. Okay, so I'm expecting him still committing to that Zigbar, so that's why he bought the Megas.
I mean, Dark did deselect Darkthorn.
Yep, that makes sense because he hasn't outside of the shotgun, he has not touched that world.
Yeah.
Going back, gonna go do his Sephi.
So dual Cephis at the same time.
Dark's sitting at 47-45, so his stats are significantly better, but I don't think
they're in Sephi level.
I don't think we're at the floor yet.
I think it's like early to mid 50s is Sephi.
Should be 50, yeah, so he's just off of it.
Now it's just coming down to execution. We never found a Trinity limit either throughout the seed.
And having a little bit of bad luck with this Sephi, just comes out of his combo and is immediately getting caught by like the triple slash.
I'm curious if there's any other pieces that are kind of missing in our toolkit to really help with this. I think a gap Oh, I was gonna say
We
gap
have slide
closer.
We have
There's
slide
dash.
dash. Yeah.
That was,
Outside of just
I
like
think that was
Trinity,
PR.
just to like Trinity do this, I don't think there's really anything else they need.
Mm-hmm. You know what, Raiden? We take this. Just...
Oh, he reverts out.
That is always the worst. Well, it's not only the revert out, but also that combo can end,
It
quote
can
unquote,
yeah,
and just start again.
Yeah, you got air reset it, so
yeah. So once more is like, is this a separate combo? And just done. Yeah, so 2 Cephis at the same time.
I kind of don't want to talk anymore because they're kind of just getting cursed off this.
Yeah, just kind of let them do their thing.
Dark went for Ragnarok because he kind of had a force limit there. That's crazy that did not catch. So he got hit out of it, and then the reflect hit. Oh, very nice there from Raiden. He's about to get caught by the orbs. As Sephi did not follow up with the air hit, instead decided to orb him and just trap him in the air. This is the most like cruel Sephi I think I've seen in a while, where he's just doing whatever he wants.
And the interesting thing is with Sephi that the like stat gap doesn't become noticeable until the last phase. Because you're like 1 and 2, you're pretty easy to read, pretty easy to figure out and follow exactly what he's doing. But that last phase, you just kind of want to get out of it as quickly as possible. And just, you look at the damage you're doing, and it's like, oh, I'm not doing as much as I feel like I should have been, or it feels like you were doing a ton of damage in the first 2, and then that last one is just like, oh, wait, where'd all my damage go? Plus his variations are also just messy.
Should be able to get a retaliation out of Sephi here. Remind us if he just decides to walk up and then teleport away. He's like, I'm gonna fake you out.
Nah, I'm gonna do
like
my
that.
own
Just
thing.
like that. It's like, I'm not approaching anymore. I know your game. Was adapting. Actual AI.
Square Enix developing AI back in 2006.
Raiden's in a little bit of a scary spot here, being up against the wall with Sephi just pillaring him for 9 times in a row.
Yeah.
Or
One
the
thing you
strike
can
raid.
Yeah, you can pull off a strike raid for a little bit if you got second chance once more. Ooh,
And we're getting
DM.
weird. Been a hot minute since I've seen this.
Yeah.
Luckily,
Raiden
all you
dodging
just
it like
do-
a champ.
Just, I thought he was about to get caught there by like the end of the sword swing into pillar and just get owned.
Yeah. Making good use of our elixirs, and this should be it. Nice job by Raiden.
Nice.
Meanwhile, over on Dark Side, we're about to finish up our Sephi fight.
One combo should just finish this off. Oh, he was a little high for the Hori to hit.
Well, we still got our reflex off, so
Yep, still got it through. Right, so Raiden finished his objectives, going on to his final fights. Dark has one more, which is going to be that Data Zigbar. Raiden deciding, I need some more stats. I'd like a little bit more strength. This to
But instead,
not be cooked.
but the game instead said, you wanted defense, right? Right? Defense? Yeah, here you go. And gave him 2 defense level ups. But yeah, just pushing 30 on strength, 37 on magic. That's good. We can
Dark
use
needs
our
to
Zeus
reset his
seed.
drive.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're getting 2 datas today, y'all.
Two, count them, 2.
2?
All right, hopefully this Zigbar goes a lot nicer than that Sephi did for Dark. He needs everything to go correct here, and Raiden needs to have a meltdown.
Yeah.
As I say that, Zigbar says, I'm going to open up and kill your party members.
Mm-hmm. Do we have Berserk?
I don't
on
think
Dark
we
side?
have. I don't think we have a Berserk.
Interesting. Yeah, aside from Berserk, we've got pretty much all of our Zigbar tools. We've got Final at a good level. We've got a bunch of Mega Elixirs. We've got sorry, I'm getting enamored by the fight. Got a bunch of Mega Elixirs. Got Duck Flare. Got Final Form. Got Fire. So yeah, it's just kind of a mad lib at this point. Just kind of mixing and matching all those together to.
Versatile Final goes in Duck Flare. Needs to throw that elixir. Immediately Duck Flares out because he's about to get point blank sniped by a laser. Waiting for time to go into Mega and start doing Horis out of this.
Yeah, we're at halfway on this fight.
Getting DM'd here, not the worst thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is just time consuming, but it's giving him time to get VV up. Immediately pops Mega, goes right into Duck Flare. He's just going to be looping. This is. Yep. Immediately caught by laser, but we can use all this time to keep popping elixirs, keep us topped off. Waiting for time that Zigbar is going to be catching all the Megas.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna get DM'd. Oh, not DM'd again. I thought
just room transition. Now we're getting DM'd.
Now we're getting DM'd.
Ooh. Ooh. How about that? We'll share that information here a little bit later.
Raiding through his AX1 here. And while Dark should be finishing it up here on like one more Duck Flare, provided he still has items. Going into limits. Oh, he walked there. That was the time.
Oh, Donald's down.
Yeah, this is a scary kind of place for Dark. I think he's gonna immediately get like blue lasered. Oh, gets to reflect.
Oh, there we go. Nicely done on Dark side.
Very nice fight there from Dark. Very scary at the end with no items. Donald beat down, but was able to get the reflect lasers to stagger him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so now Dark is going to head into final fights. Raiden does have a few fights on him. However, Dark does have a little bit of loadless on Raiden, so
Now looking just shy of a minute. So Raiden's got to have one death in here somewhere, if not like two.
Two.
Somebody see two. I don't know how Raiden's item stat or like stash is, because I know he bought a bunch of his stuff early off once he like immediately got the money pouch. I don't know how much he's gone through. I think he should still have a pretty close to a full inventory of ethers and a couple elixirs. Need Riku to chuck us. It looks alright. Had enough to actually not go into MP Drain during the little dance there. Are we trying to go for some limit swag, Raiden, or are you just doing this for damage? Because I'd love some limit swag kills.
I think it was just push him into laser phase.
I think he's got to hold on to this a little bit to the next laser thing here. And a session.
Not quite getting into the...
As long as he doesn't hit him again, he'll have another shot here. Alright, there it is.
We are.
GG's from Raiden.
GG's. Excellent. So we've got a little under a minute in loadless for Dark. So I think it was like, what, 139.47?
Yeah, he'll pretty much finish this here. Maybe get through like the first health gate of AX2. I believe we'll let this play out as he's just got these two fights left.
Absolutely.
So, do you want to talk about some information that we got while he's finishing up this AX2?
Yeah. So, our Berserk charges that we were asking about. One is in HB, in Cavern of Remembrance, on a key, which I'm not entirely sure what that means.
On a Keyblade, I'm assuming.
On a Keyblade.
Keyblades.
Gotcha. And then the other one was on Future Pete on a Keyblade. So either way, we were going to have a Keyblade. Trinity Limit was at Axle 1 in STT. And Guard Break was on Zexion. So a lot of our really good abilities that we would have loved to have in the sea, just put in nonsense places we were never going to get to. But, yeah. But I guess as we're finishing up here on this race, GG's to both of our racers. We can kind of talk about where they are, where you're going to see both of them next, because Raiden is moving on in the winners quarterfinal. Dark will be facing Dewey in the losers round 1. But as for continuing round 1 races, tomorrow we will have Dragon versus Ignited at 10:30 Eastern time. And then Thursday, we will have Ragnoth versus Flo at 3:30 Eastern Time. And we will have Adam versus Khaled at 6 Eastern Time. So stay tuned for that. GG's to Dark. The Thursday races, I'm hearing from the voice in my head, are in Pacific time. So, yeah. But also, Silver Bracket will be posted here in a few hours after this stream ends. So be on the lookout for that if you signed up. So, excellent showing from both of our runners. Excellent day of races. Thank you all for joining us. I have been Crazy Comics.
I've been there.
Have a good evening, morning, wherever you're at.